Before you spend another dollar on ads, you need to pay attention. Most business owners know that more than 80% of growing businesses use ads to grow, meaning ads are the key to taking your business to that next level. However, a lot of businesses are not ready to be advertised online. I've seen multiple businesses spend $5, $10, or even $25,000 on ad spend and still not grow. And it's never the ads. And there's always a specific reason why the businesses are not growing, but business owners rarely figure it out because they're always blaming the platform. And the number one reason that disqualifies more businesses than anything else is you cannot handle the volume. This often applies to solopreneurs or sometimes even two-man teams, but it's not exclusive just to them. In this category where bigger businesses often fail is their post-acquisition systems. For example, one of the most significant processes within lead generation on the sales side is the Fast Five. The Fast Five is a statistic-backed metric stating the first 5 minutes when a lead comes in, they should be contacted. And contacting this lead within the first 5 minutes makes it 21 times more likely that this lead converts into a real job. That being said, an increase in the volume of leads coming in, if you don't have a system, process, or the team to handle those leads, you're leaving way too much money on the table. Implementing ads into your marketing strategy will take your month from 20 to 30 leads to 70 to 100 leads. There's no system, no contact, and no process that takes these leads from an inquiry to an actual closed deal. Or at least not without you personally doing every little thing, which still stunts growth. On paper, this looks great, but if you cannot handle it, it will quietly kill your company while you're looking like you're winning. But some changes that you can make before you run ads is create an autonomous back-end system. This looks like using a CRM, for example, Go High Level, to create automations that contact leads instantly when they come in. Also having automated long-term and short-term follow-up sequences like a 14-point touch or an 8-point touch will significantly benefit you. Next, just understand your sales team's level of capacity. You need to have an understanding of where your business is now, where you want to be, but more importantly, what your team can do right now at its current state. And lastly, create a company-known process on how to efficiently contact a lead. This goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier about the Fast Five and making it a standard within your sales team process. The next reason, your offer doesn't close organically. Ads in the simplest way are an enhancement of what's already working within your business. But if your business isn't working, there's nothing to enhance. This is your business organically, and this is your business with paid ads. If your offer and your pricing suck organically, they're going to suck with paid ads. If your sales team can't close organically, they're not going to be able to close with paid ads. And most importantly, if your service fulfillment sucks, it's going to suck with paid ads. In order to run ads, you need a foundation. You cannot start a business yesterday and run ads today. The only thing you're doing by putting a flawed business into the ad space is killing your reputation. Ads are not used to fix your business. They're used as a consistency and growth tool. Therefore, if your lead generation is inconsistent, ads can make it consistent. If you have low lead volume or job volume, ads can increase the amount of jobs and leads coming in. And if you have goals to hit higher revenue months or years, ads will take you there. But this only happens if you're using ads to increase output or grow and not using it to fix your business or a prayer to keep your doors open. Next, you don't know your ICP. Your ICP is your ideal customer persona. This essentially is a representation of the exact person who buys your service. If you saw my last video, this graph looks familiar, but this is a diagram of your audience. The broad audience is the biggest because it contains your target audience, your ICP, but then also people who won't convert. Your target audience is going to be smaller because it's a more detailed look versus the broad, and then your ICP is the exact person you're looking for to target. A deeper breakdown, the broad audience is people who just live within your service area. Your target audience might be homeowners who live within that service area. But your ICP is a homeowner, not a renter, age around 35 plus, owning a home built over 15 years ago with a household income of X, depending if you're a luxury service or not, with a shingle or an asphalt roof within the service area that often faces storm or hail damage. Your ICP is not a general demographic like homeowners. It's a specific person and a specific situation with a specific problem that you solve. The businesses that scale with ads have clarity on who and why their customers convert. And the reason is knowing your ICP is what allows the creative to convert people who just view your ad into actual buyers. Therefore, before running ads, you need to know who your buyers are. You need to know what makes your buyers buy. The fourth reason, you don't know your customer's value. And for this, you don't need a CFO, you just need a number. And that number represents what a customer is worth to your business. This number will help you to determine how much you can actually spend to acquire one client. And knowing this number differentiates businesses who scale and run ads profitably from businesses who are just burning through their budget. Then lastly, and one of the most common ones, running ads as a test rather than an investment. Everyone knows Business 101. You need to spend money in order to make money. So if you're hesitant to spend money, your business will never grow. The learning phase is something you cannot skip, meaning no matter what industry or what business you run, you're going to have a learning phase. And the difference between people who spend eternity in the learning phase versus ones who get out in a few weeks to a month is the amount you spend. If you spend $15 a day, you're never going to leave the learning phase and probably never even going to get results. But if you spend $50 to $100 a day, you're going to leave the learning phase within a few weeks. But essentially, the learning phase is the algorithm gathering data. That means your business needs enough runway to gather data, optimize, and find your target audience before you can start scaling. And all that takes patience and budget. After the learning phase is where the real consistency lies, but in order to get there, you need to go through the phase first. If your plan going into the ads is to put in a small budget, let it run for a few weeks, and if it doesn't perform, take all your money out, that's not running ads, that's gambling. The businesses that win here treat it like what it is, an investment with a timeline. They have the budget and the patience to let it breathe, and they're not betting their entire business on the first few weeks. If your business falls into any one of these 5 categories I covered within this video, take a second to analyze your business and make changes before you start running ads. But if this video was more like a checklist for you and your business fell into none of these categories, that means you're in the perfect position for growth. And if you're one of those people, go down to the description of this video, hit the link and book a free strategy call with me, and we can walk through what the next steps look like for your business. But regardless, if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the post notification bell to get notified every single time that I post. And I appreciate you guys watching. Now go make that money because the money isn't going to make itself.